This has a way tighter shot than my other screen. Okay, that's good right there. Perfect. Whew. Guys, it's Brandon W007. I love you guys. It's Friday night. I literally am doing this whole video over. I did a live stream at like 12:30 today because I was so excited to get my X5 that I wanted to have a conversation about how it compared to my previous cameras. And I did this video and it uploaded to YouTube. And so there was people watching the live stream. Actually, let me get into the live stream just in case any of you have questions or anything. Anyway, people came into the live stream and I ran it, and guess what? It did not upload. And so now I'm redoing it because I really want you guys to actually know about this camera. Oh my God, now I'm not able to get into it. Okay, so boom. Did you just crash on me? Did you just crash on me? Okay, no, it's running. Perfect. Okay, that's great. Oh, I can't see it. Let me pull it up on here. All right, I'm sorry. I want to have this thing running. There we go. Got it. Figured out what's going on. There we go. Hello. Alrighty. So today I did a live stream because I just got the X5 and I've had the Rs1 vertical, which is the best camera that Insta360 ever made up until last week, I'd say, okay, or 2 weeks ago when some of the streamers got theirs, okay? But for me, it was just today, if you want to know the truth. And so I'm currently using the Rs1, which is a 1-inch Leica, dual 1-inch Leica. So it has 2 lenses, front and back. But I just got the X5 action cam. And so I had to get it from Best Buy. They're like the only ones that sold it. I just found out it's more expensive there than anywhere, but it was almost $600. So, Costco's getting them for, like a $529. There's going to be an action pack with batteries and a whole bunch of extra stuff. So that's the best deal that's going to be on it, and I can't afford to spend $600 if they throw me a battery. Maybe I'd stay with it. I don't know where I'm at with that yet, but I have to tell you, this camera resolves all the issues with this camera. So the RS1's an amazing camera. It's a 6K camera. It runs 60 FPS, and it's a really high res camera. This camera is light years ahead of it. Okay, so like, it's running 4K at 120 frames, which I'll explain later about what that means to you, because 4K at 120 frames doesn't mean that you're going to get 4K when you start breaking up the worldview, right? Because it's giving you a worldview at 4K, and so I'll get to that later. But this camera and this camera, between the two of them, first of all, I'm talking about like half the size. Okay, this is literally half the size, so it's like 100 grams less weight. The low light, because of the AI. So the RS1 doesn't have AI. In fact, the X2, the X3, the X4, none of them have AI processing, okay? So the only AI processing that you get in full is the X5. That's it. No other camera that Insta's making. Insta being Vizio, in case you guys don't know that, Insta is Vizio. Okay, so Insta360 and Vizio are making these things exactly how they make TVs. They're making one version, another version, another version, another version. And this camera right here that I got, the reason I got this was because when the X3 came out, my friend had this. He's a photographer, this guy Jason, and he introduced me to this camera. And I fell in love with the color and the dark videos he could take. He could take videos under super low light, and he's doing bands and concerts and stuff. And I'm kind of doing that too now. And so, in fact, I have a gig tonight at the Bancroft in Spring Valley for John Cougar concentration camp. And Yeah, that band's actually really good. They're a great punk band. They're super versatile, and it's a really tight place. And I'm going to try and get tight shots with this light camera that now has an hour-and-a-half battery. And that's one of my things I had to contend with this, was it had like 45 minutes before it would either overheat or shut off or just run out of battery, because the battery never worked right in this since I've gotten it. Okay, and that was November of 2023. I've been trying to get a battery since November of 2023, which I'll get to later, but that's what led to getting this. And so in my video, I'm saying to you guys that the reason I'm doing this video is because I wanted to talk about like what I have invested, so you understand stuff. Okay, like first of all, for every camera I get that's any camera, I want to have a microphone I'm using, because the difference in sound between me talking to this microphone and talking to the microphone in the device is completely different. And so once I started doing this, I knew I had to have a microphone. So I bought the Rode Wireless Pros. I got two transceivers and one transceiver and two microphones. Yeah, so I have one transceiver for dual intro into my camera or whatever I'm videoing with, and that way I can actually have somebody here interjecting. If you don't have a second microphone, you're never going to be able to have anybody talk to you, because these things have to be handed back and forth. So I have the Rhodes, but I didn't have those at first. I first, to give you a history, I want to give a history actually. I started with, here actually this. I started with the Osmo Mobile 2 and this Samsung Galaxy S10. This is my first set of devices. And actually, no, that's not true. I met this guy, Claudius. Claudius is a skater. He rides scooters in Claremont in San Diego. He's a famous guy. You guys might know him. Anyway, I met him at Rubio's in La Jolla. And so this guy had this thing, right, that I'm using right now for my camera, so I can see if anybody's chatting with me. What's up, Zany? What's up, guys? I'm good. How are you? Sorry, I can barely see the chat with these new glasses. I just got these progressive lenses, and I'm trying to adjust to seeing everything in the room. Now I don't take my glasses off. I used to always take them off. Oh, now, wait, let me see. It got to be like almost like right here to see it. It's crazy to me. So I'm going to try and just respond as I look, okay? Where was I? So look, I bought the Rs1 because of this guy, Jason, right? It was between this and the X3. And the X3 was, I bought it. I bought them both at the same time, and I compared them. And the X3 was garbage to me. It was literally cool that it was 360, but I mean, it's the beginning of 360. This thing is light years ahead of it, this Rs1, but it's so heavy and the battery sucks. And they didn't support it ever. Insta, you never supported the Rs1 vertical. You need to admit that to everybody. That's what I think, okay? So then comes the X3, and I'm looking at this, and I say to Jason, well, tell me the differences. And he didn't know, so I looked it up. This camera blew it away. The X4 came out, this camera still blew it away. So everybody's got these videos. I've been looking at these guys. There's several guys online right now that are, I have them lined up here. Hang on a second. So there's several people. There's this guy, Mount Media, okay? He does the best review. So Mount Media does this review on the Insta360 X5 versus the One RS, and he explains it completely. He shows the video differences. So if you want to see this video that he has, he'll show the difference in the graphics. And that's the only thing to compare to, because the X4 doesn't compare to this. So there's a girl with short hair that does this really cool video on it this week where she says how she got it free from Insta, which I did not. I had to go spend $600 on this today, okay? And she got it free from Insta, and she shows how she changes from her X2 to X3 to X4 to X5 in her hand. That's the coolest thing she does. And she shows that. But her and a few other people, they don't really think it's that big of a change from the X4, and it completely is. The thing has 3 different AI chips in it. It's got 8K 30 frames, 6K 60 frames, 4K 120 frames. I mean, it's got so many functions that the other cameras didn't have that I can't even keep up with it. And I can't even tell you them all, and you need to look some of them up. I'm here because I want you guys to know I have $2,000 into this, and the X6 is probably going to come out in Christmas. So I'm sitting here with the X5 because I know it's better than my Rs1. I got to have a battery that lasts when I go shoot a concert, when I go shoot some videos somewhere where I'm watching something and the battery just goes dead and I can't even tell, first of all, because the screen on this thing is 1 inch by 1 inch and you can't see anything. So at least with this thing, you know, here, I mean, I haven't turned it on yet, but I did charge it. So at least with this thing, you know, it's got a big screen, it's got information on it. You know, I mean, it's actually going to be a lot better to use. It is doing something weird with the lights over from my ceiling, but I think that might be just because I still have the plastic on the lens till I get it to where I'm going. So look, I have about, wait, let me just finish my thought on these guys though. So she said that it was not a great difference. This girl, I don't remember her name, and I apologize if somebody knows it, you know, throw it out there. She has short hair. She knows she does really good videos. She's clean on her videos, but she says, oh, there's no big, if you have an X4, hey, you don't need to get an X5. And then there's this other guy who says that also, Otto Julian, he says that I'm not buying it. And I got to tell you, man, Otto, and I apologize because you're an amazing guy. I respect all of you. But you guys saying that there's nothing different between the X5 or it's not that much different from the RS1 or, you know, any other device they've ever made, that's wrong. It is. It's way different. I mean, it's exactly what David Manning says. And, you know, that's one of the best reviews I've seen. And Mount Media talks about it and he knows what he's talking about. Comparison. He's had one just like me. And this is my first one. I returned my X3 within a week. That's how bad it was compared to this. So this blows this away. Half the weight, twice the battery, no overheating, or it has an overheat monitor that shuts it down and tells you it overheated. Hopefully the Bluetooth connectivity works better because, you know, one of the things that I find is you can actually use the software. You can go into the Connect software, right? You can click on it and you can connect to these devices and then you can look through. From here, you can watch what you're doing. So you can have the camera on it, this 10-foot pole. So this is like my investments, right? I got this is 10-footer. I got this 4-footer. They're all carbon fiber. I got the stand, which doesn't really support the RS1. So it never really held it up. It always wavered. And now it's kind of like a little bit weak. I don't know if it still works. I just bought the cold shoe for the bottom of the X5, but this is the X4 cold shoe. It's the wrong one, but it was the only one that would come in time, and Insta insists it's compatible, but it kind of is, you know, it's kind of compatible with the USB-C to USB-C on the road. So what I would do is I would, you know, you basically, I don't know if you guys know how cold shoes work when you want to go to a microphone, but it's really pretty simple. So if you're doing microphone in and you just want to extend your microphone, basically the microphone just hooks up like this, right? You just hook it in here. Oh, here, let me just do it the right way if I'm going to do it. So I hook it up like that, and it's set up. And the way this is set up, this is hidden from the X5. You can't see this, so this won't be in the video at all, okay? And so there's a USB-C port over here. And so if you pull this out, this little box here, there's a USB-C port there. And you pull the door off, and now you have full access to that. And so then you just take a USB-C cable. I'm using it to have the transceiver talk to my camera that's shooting this live. So you basically take the USB-C cable, you plug it into here, and you plug it into here, and that connects to an external microphone. Now everybody's saying, oh, the microphone's so great, but I heard it in wind and stuff. I would much prefer a different microphone than this, like one they make, or, you know, one that I like, which I really like the Rhodes, but you have to research your own. You have to research why you need AI in the X5. But if you look at the low lighting conditions, okay, I just went to Hawaii, okay? My RS1 kept going dead when I was videoing the coolest things, the top of Mauna Kea, you know, the bottom of Green Sand Beach. I'm 4-wheel driving down the southernmost part of the United States and my battery's going dead and I couldn't use the camera, okay? And to be able to get an AI interpreted video that is going to have an hour and a half of battery life and it's light and it's waterproof, which this isn't. This is IPv3 and this is like IPv7. And so you get like 50 meters in this and 49 meters and you get nothing with this. It starts sprinkling on it and you got to take it in. So I have the attachment for the back of my Escalade, my Vet. You know, I was going to use it for racing, but because the battery went dead all the time, I never could really use my RS1 because we'd be out, me and my friends, and I'd be taking videos and then I wouldn't have a battery. And I just spent a year and a half trying to get a battery from Insta, but their customer service when it came to the RS1 was lacking. That being said, I want to tell you something. I love Melody and Jin, and D. All three of them have been great in customer service. They've been patient. They tried to get me a battery and it failed. The company failed me completely. It's Vizio, and they failed me. They took my money. They still haven't. I'm still dealing with getting my $67 back, but I'm fine. I mean, it's just they're a big company and they took my money through PayPal through some weird method that should have got me my battery, because I paid $67 for one of the last Rs1 batteries in existence for a normal price, because they're $200 from Australia. And so, you know, you can't get them now. So I invested in all of this before I even got this device here. So before I got the X5, I have 1,500 into it. And I still bought this morning because I know it's better and I have to have it. And so you need a mic adapter if you're going to a road. So the mic adapter plugs into the USB port that is over here. But unfortunately, in this case, it won't snap in because this belongs to the Rs1. And the Rs1 always breaks. So like I have had 3 of these and now they don't sell this anymore. And this kind of snaps in, but it's loose now. I'm probably gonna have to put like a black rubber band on it to hold it there for the rest of the life of using this thing, because this was 20 bucks and even B&H doesn't have it. So there's no mic adapters for the Rs1. I don't have a mic adapter yet for the X5 because they don't really exist unless you wait 2 weeks. I do have a cold shoe for the X4, and sometime tonight, hopefully before I do my show, I'll get the X5 cold shoe that I ordered. This should work. I should be able to, like I said, this is the Rs1 cold shoe, but I should be able to use this cold shoe. And with that said, you know, I'm also going to be able to use this camera longer, because I mean, it hurts my wrist to actually hold the Rs1 for even 45 minutes. And so I'm going to be able to hold the camera longer. I have a stand if I want to put it straight up. It's not going to fall over anymore. The slightest wind used to flip this thing, and I had to catch it. I caught it every time. I was lucky, you know. So I started from here in the Osmo, and I went to this. I've had Canon T50s. I've had T60s, T70s. I've been using SLRs for a long time. I've had digital and SLR, and you know, I stopped with the cameras. I'm an IT engineer by trade. I got into toys and collectibles as a hobby, and I just love this X5 now. I love the idea of it, and I'm going to put it into play tonight, and we'll see what I get. Okay, so with that being said, I'm just telling you guys, I think it's an amazing revision from everything you've seen, and for anybody you see anybody on YouTube that says anything other than this thing is way different. Like Casey Neistat, I love him. He's the only reason I'm doing YouTube right now. He's the only reason I'm sitting here, not this last video, but period, okay? And he said some things that inspired me. He kind of said it's nifty, you know, it's a cool device, but I could tell he didn't look up the specs, you know, they sent it to him, he knew he was getting it, and he likes it. He took it skiing, got a nice vacation out of it, shot some really good video because he always shoots good video. And then, you know, with his friend, he comes back with a folding selfie stick. Doesn't say what name it's from or anything, but I'll bet they invented that. You know, I think somebody in his realm there invented the selfie stick, and it was about getting an X5 and going on a vacation and showing that selfie stick, and he did a great job of that. And Casey did a great job of it, showing that to 8 million people. They're going to buy the X5 based on you saying it's a really nice toy. A lot of people have said, hey, if you have the X2 or the X3 or the X4, I mean, like Otto, I mean, come on, man. The X5 does this low light video that we're never going to get with the X2, X3, X4. And the Rs1, it doesn't have AI, man. You can't do what you're going to do. You're never going to get this, the connection. I wish I could. I wish I wasn't going to change, but I know now I have to. I'm frustrated because I don't want to spend the $600, but I will have the X5 or the X6 by Christmas if I don't get the X5. If I don't, but decide for some reason I don't want this, I bought it from a reputable place, and that's what you need to do. You know, buy it, try it, play with it, be careful, don't scratch it. But guess what? If you scratch the lenses, you can pop them out and change them out for $30. So you buy it somewhere, you scratch the lenses, you need to return it. They say you scratch the lenses, you just change them and then return it. You're out $30, but you got to try it for $30. Don't buy it from a place that has a 15% restock, you know. And, you know, I mean, Amazon has 30 days. Costco has 90, right? Maybe more on the camera equipment. This isn't even a camera. It's kind of a vlog thing. So they might actually not even have a limit on their purchase. So you can really get to try and get used to it. It is confusing to use the software. Everything has to be downloaded into the software to get 8K, 6K footage. You literally need to pull it into their database and then work with it in their database. You can't do it any other way. So if you're going to buy it, you have to be patient and learn it. And you can't expect customer service to always help you, although they do always answer the phone. They don't always have answers. They're always polite. Always. You guys are always polite. I mean, you've never been rude to me, and I appreciate that. So what I think is, I'm giving an X5 recommendation. I am saying I think there's going to be an X6 by Christmas. I think by Black Friday, this thing will be on sale. And by Christmas, they'll have it in Costco and everywhere else. But that doesn't mean this isn't amazing. It's got 3 AI chips, and it does 8K at 30 frames and 6K at 60. And like I said before, I mean, even 4K at 120, this can't compete with it. No AI, doesn't do 4K at 120. I don't know what I think it does 4K at 60 still. Anyway, I really would like you guys to sub. Please, help support me so that I continue to do this. Sub out, give me a like, give me some comments. I appreciate you guys saying hello. Czar and Moonstar. I am good, by the way, Moonstar. I don't know if I ever answered you. I am doing really well. And I'm going to have an exciting time tonight, taking this thing to film John Cougar concentration camp while there's a mosh pit around me. So I'm going to have a camera over the top of the band, and it's a tight place. There's going to be a mosh pit. And from the because I have this thing, because I have a 360 camera under low light, I'll be able to get the mosh pit over here, and I'll be able to get the band over here. And I'll be able to pull it up, hopefully, pull the camera back like this and get it from the top at some points when they're moshing. It should be insane. And I don't have to worry about the battery going dead like the Rs1 or somebody breaking it because they slam into me like they did at my last gig, okay? Somebody ran into me, some 300-pound guy, Clint, slammed into me at the gig. And so I don't show it because I was being a professional, but it was pretty cool though. I've never been moshed at when I'm on a stage. I was up on the stage, so that's why it was so odd, okay? Anyway, man, I'm gonna go. I hope you sub out. I hope you like the video and you get something out of it. I'm gonna do some more videos. I'm actually gonna have a video of tonight online, and I'm also going to keep doing videos of what I think of this thing as I run with it. So appreciate you guys at Insta they didn't send me anything. I just appreciate them for the customer service. We went through a lot together in the last 7 months, and I've been really angry at them a couple times, and they've never lost their cool with me. And I mean, if you've ever been angry with Insta, it's not because they're not nice to you on the phone. It's just because you're not getting what you want. And they're Vizio. You got to fix that. Vizio, Insta, same company. So you guys, thank you for joining. I hope you don't mind the quick. I mean, I didn't want to do this again, but my other video still isn't up right now while I sit here. So Brandon W007 saying thanks for joining. Have a really great weekend. And please sub and like and ask me any questions, because I have 2 years into this now, and I think I can give you any information you want, and I'm willing to do that. Later, guys. I have some Hawaii video coming up. Oh, that's one last thing. I have Hawaii video coming up soon of all our footage, because even though the camera went dead, I took footage with my 8K phone, my phone I use as a camera, and also the camera. And I'm going to mix the footage together, and I'm going to talk about Hawaii. So I hope to see you guys at that video. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thanks. Have a nice night.